Event live. Cheers. Over to you, Akshat.
Well, that was absolutely a great introduction. I just wanted to go ahead and, this has been a long time that this has been coming. I think esports on mobile is something that is becoming really big. And there's a lot of people out there who maybe won't go ahead and pick up a PC, won't even buy a console, but they will go ahead and keep on playing on mobiles. And I think the game like Clash Royale is something that we wanted to go and bring to you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first game of the finals. It is Devilstwin, who is going to be playing from up top. And he's going to be playing against Mrin, who has actually made it through from Assam, Guwahati. He's come all the way from there as our winner from the open qualifiers and the local qualifiers, the online qualifiers and the local qualifiers. We have our local guy, local boy, Devilstwin. Started off pretty tanky. We have Mrin going and starting off with his giant with the support of the minions. Counter with the minion, and there comes the Yeti, is what I like to call him. The boulder will go ahead and start countering him fairly fast, and we go and the game is going to be fairly even into the first minute. The log will go ahead and do some damage and push back the boulder, and there's a lot of times people will use something like Graveyard. Oh, we see a big spell coming in, a great legendary. We have a back counter. Mrin actually deploys one of his marquee little skeletons that go ahead and come on, but very well countered with the two archers. Not too much damage, 2400 to 2326. So fairly even going out into the last 1.5 minutes of the game. Moving on, I think, yeah, the minion will go ahead and pretty much wrap this up fairly quickly. And let's see what the counter is. What happens really interesting in this game is also, at this stage, people go ahead and manage their mana really well. You see these two curves, mana curves that are up there. Devilstwin's got 6, Mrin's got 3. And this game is about just managing your mana really well. I think the counter is going to be something like a log. It gets too difficult. And this is an aggressive graveyard that actually comes up. And this should become very quick. And oh, here comes the last one. The arrow storm comes in at the final stage to go ahead and push it back. Mrin's actually in the lead with 1066, but in the last minute of the game, everything becomes faster, and so will my casting be. I will go ahead and go faster and faster into this. The boulder is going to go push. 35 seconds left. I think this is going to overtime unless we see something great happening. The tanky giant comes in, countered by the Yeti and the minion. Both of them should be good. Oh, a big lightning storm comes in and reveals the last card we had from Mrin. Devilstwin still hasn't revealed his last one. It is still fairly even, and I think AoE is going to be hit. He's going to be tanking up for another lightning storm, which is 6 mana, and you'll see him going in, attacking there. The fireball will not do too much, but this is now going to be defense, defense, and it's going to be superbly baited out. I think it's 1300 versus 622. We will see a lightning storm come in fairly quickly. He's going to be waiting for, and he'll start it off with another graveyard, countered with, it's going to be a counter with the two archers and the tanky Yeti to go to it. It's 189, and there you go, overtime, 20 seconds, and Mrin takes the first game. And this was actually fairly interesting. If you actually look in what's happened here, the mana curves of both were fairly even, I think between 3 and 4. And it's going to be very interesting to see whether they'll change into a more rush deck. We do see Mrin's got some really strong cards, some legendaries, but Devil's Own, the local boy here, has got a much faster mana curve. So let's see what happens. We do see a couple of changes coming in, and yeah, we should be ready. I'm just seeing if it's going to be okay to run this. And yeah, we should be ready for the next game in right about in 5 seconds. Yep. While the guys set up and go ahead and talk about the next game, let's go also talk about why this game is Clash Royale is becoming a serious contender in esports. Now, there are a lot of people who talk about the RNG and the fact that this is a little bit of luck and little bit of pay to play, pay to buy. But what we do want to go ahead and do is game sound's not coming. So, guys, just a quick break. We need to see why the game sound's not coming in. Well, there we go. Game 2, and this is going to be, we have Devilstwin going against Mrin. This is game 2 of the finals. And let's see what they are. Both of them have tanked up and starts off with a minion. Some mana wasted, but starts off again with a tank up front. It's going to be, again, a full mana, and the princess comes in. So definitely some changes coming in from Devilstwin in match number 2. The princesses remain for Mrin. Oh, yes, definitely a great way to go ahead and get rid of the tank. Comes in, the skeletons comes in to go ahead and start tanking, and this should be fine. This should be cleaned up fairly quickly. But the way it started, I think the changes that Devilstwin's put would be fairly interesting. And oh, that's a wasted arrow storm. I don't know why that was done. I know there were 2 very small archers, but just to get rid of the archers so that you could go ahead and tank on. Well, yeah, there he goes. He acknowledges there was a misclick there. And the princess comes in. Princess should be able to start focusing on the boulder fairly quickly as she gets into range. She is by far this. There she goes. Boom, boom, shake the room. Yeah, Devilstwin started off fairly well in game number 2. Poor princess is going to be one-shotted by the minion coming in from Mrin. The skeleton army, they're going to say, hey, little skeletons, you don't have shields, we do. We're going to be going and starting hitting you. 1570 to 1998. It's going to be fair. There's a couple of hits that the hog's going to get in. Should be down to about 1,000, yeah. 778. And now let's go ahead and look what the counter is. I do believe this is going to be much better. Mrin's really not changed his deck at all. Let's see how the counter is going to be. The counter looks fine. It looks absolutely fine. This should be handled fairly well. Although he is down to about 1400, the entire reveal has come in. He will keep on going and throwing fireballs and AoE just to go ahead and make sure that he is fine. The hog comes in, probably will get one shot in. Oh, probably not. And he will survive. It's time for, and there comes the graveyard. The skeletons shall rise again. And the princess from across the room, she'll make sure that everything is fine. Hey, Mrin is not doing bad. He's got it down to 500. The defensive graveyard will make sure that nothing happens. I think he really needs to go ahead and be putting a lot of pressure. There's 445. Here comes a fireball in about 1 second flat. The boulder will go, and oh, 200. I do believe that Devilstwin will go and probably get close. Hey, this is close. And there goes the lightning. It's like, you shall not pass. And there you go. Mrin takes game 2 of the finals. Well, yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. I do believe that these guys have great decks. I think Devilstwin really started off well, but then fell off. His mana curve fell off at the end. And let's see what happens in game 3, because game 3, both the teams, both Mrin and Devilstwin, has the capability of changing their deck and seeing if they can spring a surprise on each other. Now they know what Devilstwin's actually played for 2 matches, and Mrin's just used his one deck. And I think it's up to Mrin to go and show if he can go and put a really nice pressure and take it 3-0. Or do you think Devilstwin will get it back? I really hope Devilstwin gets it back, because a close match is always much better. Everyone likes the underdog. So I am rooting for Devilstwin to go ahead and at least get one match. Otherwise, our online winner, the guy who's actually come all the way from Assam, Mrinmoy, would be the guy who's taking the win. of the first ever Clash Royale tournament in India, part of the ESL Premiership. Mrin's hosting the match, and yeah, it's time for us to go and look at what happens in Game 3. Game 3, ladies and gentlemen, this is the ESL Premiership, the Clash Royale Cup. It is 2-0 in the side of Mrin. We have Devilstwin actually changing his third deck. Starts off with the Cauldron, and the Cauldron will get a couple of hits in. Actually, that Cauldron is such a cool set because great to go ahead and get rid of any big tank or crowds of crowds. Great AoE comes in with the Hill Giant. He's going to be going and laying on the. Now there's the Miner comes in. Even Mrin's changed his deck. It is a Miner coming in. He should be going cattle tongs on the left flank. And although it's going to be only 1800, the right flank should survive. Devilstwin starts it off a little weaker. And unless he goes and gets something on the board, the left flank is definitely going to be getting hit a lot. About 6 cards shown by Mrin, 6 cards shown off by Devilstwin right now. About second minute into the game, the Crusader comes in. It's like ta-da-ta-da. Cauldron defensively comes out. Couple of hits in there. He should be able to get it to half health. Yeah, but 3 hits, gets into half health. Mrin's got some. Mrin actually does a really good job of counter playing on most character sets, and then he uses the combo, the dreaded combo of the Miners, Danger Down Below, to go and sweep through most defenses and breaks down the barriers on the left flank. The Hill Giant should definitely do well. He's got it going for himself. He's got 1800 of Mrin on the right tower and 1400 of Devilstwin on the left tower. 60 seconds gets into double time, so will I. I will go ahead and start talking fast because lots of things happen in Clash Royale. It's the mechanic which allows you to go ahead and play and talk really fast. Here comes the Graveyard. He's going to keep the Miner in his belt to see what happens. He's probably going to go and uses it as a secondary combo to get rid of all the little AoE characters that were there. The Hill Giant will go ahead and get distracted with the Inferno Tower, the electricity, the electric wrath from up above is something that will go ahead and get wasted. The Log will come in. The Crusaders being a great defense. He will go ahead and go Hammer and Tongs on the right flank, but let's see what actually happens out of it. It's going to be super close. Here comes the Graveyard Shift one more time with the Miner combo. Let's see if we can go ahead and get rid of everything. It's going to be 1200 on the left flank, 900 on the right flank. This is going to be super interesting. Lightning gets actually wasted to go ahead and, Lightning's been used really successful. I think this is going to be the Devilstwin's first win. He's fairly close. And unless this is going to be, yeah, well, I don't know where. It's too close to call. 440 on the right flank, 1100 on the left flank. This is going to be really, really close. Here comes the Graveyard Shift one more time. The Miner has been taken care of. Arrow Storm comes in. I think they'll be wrapped up. 480 on the left flank, 447 on the right flank. And there you go. He takes it. Such a good game. I thought that Devilstwin would go ahead and actually get this, but he does not. Devilstwin does really, really well, but Mrin takes it in the last moment, and that was absolutely phenomenal to go ahead and see and watch. That's what makes this game really interesting. Every game goes into overtime. Every game goes after the 1 minute. It goes faster and faster and faster. And yeah, I think that is it. We have Mrin being the winner. He comes all the way from Assam, comes in and takes the win, 3-0 against the local boy. I know the Karnataka boy didn't win, but I think he was really close. A couple of more practices and they should all be through to the finals. Both these guys will be at the Masters that will be there in the second weekend of December in Delhi at Delhi Comic-Con. And till the time we see them again, I will give it up to our host, Vagish. Take it away.